Hey guys, this is the Lala Legacy, and welcome back to another episode of Air. So, let's jump right back in. Feathers rained down from the sky. Kanna stopped moving. It was as though she were frozen in a void. The light from her feathers dimmed. And hold on a second. Okay, you should be able to hear me better, a little bit better now. Finally, I could no longer see her. Koya was burning. Ruckus flames consumed the rows of temples and towers. The invading army must have set fire to everything. Even then, the chanting did not stop. The monks continued their ritual even if death were to come of them, or to them. All they wanted was to rid this world of the calamitous, winged beings. My shouts were no longer intelligible. I could no longer tell what was right and what was wrong. I had lost the girl I was supposed to protect. She had meant everything to me. As I stood dumbfounded in the mountain plains, morning came. The summer sky unfolded beyond the treetops as it always had. The sky Kanna's mother had yearned for. The sky that took Kanna. Unable to bear with the blueness of the sky, I kneeled down. The cicadas sang their sonorous song. Kanna's words still remained in my mind, fresh as the morning dew. Ryuuya is a true samurai. He's a truly loyal subject. I punched the ground. How could I be called loyal? Adamant Temple had fallen the previous night. The sound of clashing swords could still be heard amidst the odor of charred wood. Small skirmishes were still going on with the remnants. I stood up and unsheathed my sword. I'm going to charge at the enemy to fulfill my duty as Kanna's retainer. I'll take as many men to the grave with me. These men who killed Kanna. I did not need a cause anymore. I was looking for someone to cut me down. Sir Ryuuya! Uraha, who had been silent so far, called out to me. From her voice, I knew she had seen through me, and that worsened my sense of guilt. This is goodbye. Forget about Kanna and me. Stay well. Uraha said nothing. She blocked my way with an arm. Get out of my way or I will kill you! But she refused to back down. Then kill me! I flipped my sword around and pressed it against Uraha's throat. That was different from my threat back at the shrine. I would really cut her throat if she did not stand aside. Uraha's next action was beyond my expectation. She clasped my blade with both hands. She held it so tightly her hands were like cloth wrapped over my blade. If I moved the slightest, her fingers would drop off. Go ahead and kill me. I'm serious. I'm serious as well. Would Kanna be happy to see you go on a killing spree? Kanna is not in this world anymore. But you are still here. You are still alive, just as Lady Kanna wished. I am indeed still alive. But all that is left of me is an empty husk waiting to be ripped apart by my remorse of losing Kanna. Please understand my pain. I feel too shameful to continue living. Yet, Uraha smiled at me. Gosh dang it! It's not over yet. Uraha listened carefully to the cicadas and the rustling leaves. I could still hear Lady Kanna's voice. She's crying. Faint as her voice is, I can still hear her. Uraha. I thought she had lost her mind, but there was light in her eyes. The light from the last of Kanna's feathers still remained in her eyes. My anger receded. You don't know when to give up, do you? Oh my, Sir Ryuuya. Women don't give up that easily. If you say so. But I can't keep my sword if you don't let go. I won't. She held on to my sword with a composed expression. Make a vow to me. Promise me that you won't throw away your life hastily. Live for Lady Kanna's sake until your last breath. I could not be sure who was threatening who now. However, I knew that I lost to her. I understand. My life is yours. Oh no. So many tears. The moment I sheathed my sword, Uraha's eyes welled up with tears. Thank you so much. She smiled as the tears streamed down her cheeks. This was my first time seeing Uraha become emotional. Why are you crying? Because I'm so happy. I feel the same as Lady Kanna. I can't go on without you. You exaggerate. Call it an exaggeration if you will. Uraha. Yes. Let go. Yes, I'll follow you. Sky Dream. After that, we left Mount Koya. My wound showed no sign of healing, so I had to lean on Uraha's shoulder throughout our escape. People whispered about what happened that night. A winged demon had descended upon Mount Koya and burned the monastery to the ground with lightning. The Imperial army tried to exterminate the demon, but they were unable to stand up to it. A reputed Onmyodo master used Hojutsu to drive the demon back into the sky. Nobody knew where the demon with the wings had disappeared to. Half a year passed. We were at the capital, pretending to be a peddler couple. We searched for clues as to what happened that night. Uraha was the one in charge of gathering the rumors. With that, we got to the bottom of the matter. It all began with a power struggle within the Imperial court. The band of Imperial Onmyodo masters had colluded with the Fujike in an attempt to gain political power. The winged being that Emperor Kazan worshipped became a hindrance to their ends. However, the band of mercenaries from the east that they hired to do their bidding wanted the winged being's power for themselves. None of that mattered to me anymore. Kanna's whereabouts was still a mystery. Our efforts had been fruitless. Uraha still heard Kanna's voice from time to time. That was my only motivation for living. Finally, a year passed. A trivial rumor at the capital sent us on a journey once more. In the west, there was a band of Hojutsu practitioners rivaling the ones from Mount Koya and the Imperial Onmyodo practitioners. If it is possible to seal away a winged being with Hojutsu, will it not be possible to break the seal with Hojutsu as well? We left the capital and headed west. My body stopped listening to me and I was forced to use a walking stick. With a disabled body, I became a burden to Uraha. However, Uraha did not so much as utter a word of complaint. It happened when we were walking down a perilous path along the sea. We were stopped by what looked to be a wandering monk. You are Ryuuya Dono, the attendant of Kanna no Mikoto, I presume. It had been ages since I heard my Kanna's name, and mine as well. Your name is... When I questioned him with suspicion, the monk told me in a low voice. He is waiting for you. Who is he? The monk did not reply. He simply urged me to follow him. We came to a run-down temple deep in the mountains. As we crossed the dilapidated temple gate, Uraha seemed to be checking on her surroundings. There is a barrier here. So you can tell. This is a temple hidden from prying eyes. Uninvited guests cannot see the road leading here. We were allowed into the main temple building while still clad in our traveling garbs. In the center of the empty guest room, a small old man was sitting still like a stone Buddha. His black priest clothes indicated that he was the abbot of this temple. I brought him here. Good work, Ryuuya. After bowing once, our guide left the main temple building. The old monk slowly turned to face us. I swallowed. His eyes were devoid of pupils as though they had been gouged out. My name is Chitoru. His voice traveled well, such that it seemed to be coming from the room itself. We told him our names. Master Chitoku appeared to be interested in Uraha. You are Uraha, Dono. To think you were able to sense Koya's barrier by yourself. You know us. I have heard almost all there is to hear concerning Kanami no Mikoto. You know where Lady Kanna is now? Uraha sidled up to him, but the priest shook his head slowly. She is no longer in this world. Kanna was no longer in this world. There was a side of me that still refused to accept this truth. Uraha also listened to the priest without saying anything. By the way, have you met Lady Yaobikini? I recalled that name. The monks of Koya called Kanna's mother Yaobikini. So I told him of what happened. She was shot with arrows on the way down the mountain, and we had watched her breathe her last. So she is gone, is she? The monks of Koya believed she was immortal. She was forcibly kept alive by Koya's secret sealing magic, and they called that immortality. Pure foolishness, I say. Master Chitoku talked of Kanna's mother as though they were old acquaintances. Lady Bikini must have lamented her fate for being afflicted such a strong curse. A curse? The winged beings has untainted souls to begin with. As time passed, people began to imprison them as weapons of war. Although Lady Bikini did not take lives because she wished to, the souls of the deceased still gathered around her. The curse will leave a human being if given time, but for a winged being, it remains and builds up. I recalled what Kanna's mother said. This body is already tainted. Don't touch my body and just leave me here. What exactly are the winged beings? It was a question I was dying to ask. I don't know the details. However, legend has it that the winged beings inherit dreams. That is also the reason why they are untainted. The priest's answer was cryptic. I could not understand what was being said. Beings with untainted souls. Beings that inherit dreams. Master Chitoku, I have a question as well. What is it? Why do you concern yourself with the winged beings so much? There was no reply from him. However, this had to be related to why he summoned us. Before long, the priest stood up. I have something to show you. There was a rough mountain path offshooting the main road. The priest climbed the steep path with an agility that belied his blindness and age. I followed him to Uraha's home. The ancient cedar trees stood erect with their treetops clearing the sky. In time, the song of the cicadas turned into the warbles of the mountain birds. We're here. We came to a place where the slope became gentler. This place. There was a cave that bored through a giant rock. In the center of the moss-covered rock was a sturdy door made from evergreen wood. It looked as though it had not been opened for ages. Uraha ran over and laid a hand on the door. This is the same feeling as Kanna-sama's mother. Although I could not feel it as clearly as Uraha, I could vaguely make that out. This place is close to the sky. This cave is said to house winged beings in the past, but that was a few hundred years ago. Oh, were they imprisoned here? No, the winged beings were not demons. Those that once inhabited this cave were a race known as Skytree. Since antiquity, they had imparted countless wisdoms onto humans. One of these is the root of our Hojutsu. Master Chitoku paused and looked to the sky. Kanami no Mikoto was most likely the last of her kind. What? The weight behind his words disoriented me for a second. Something sounded in the sky. A black eagle was circling overhead, as though it were carving out a piece of the clear blue sky. The Imperial troops must have attacked Mount Koya with some other motive besides killing Lady Yaobikini. They must have wanted to end the worship of winged beings. Why would they do such a thing? They wished to unify the gods. unify the gods. Uraha was speechless. A ruler of an entire nation has no need for queens to speak with the gods. In time to come, every book and document will be rewritten. If they will turn the sky into sea, the birds into fish, and fire into water. I understood what the priest was trying to say. The last winged being had disappeared from this world. This made the imperial court even more afraid that they would live on in legends. Hence, they planned to erase any traces of the winged beings. Books would be burned, new ones rewritten, and we would cease to exist on paper. And someday, there would be nothing left of them. The winged beings would never have existed. I realized that I was clenching my fist. My rage was panting up with nowhere to go. It was then that Uraha spoke up. That would never come to pass. I could still hear Kanna-sama's voice as we speak. Kanna-sama is crying even now. That cannot be. The priest's expression changed. He gazed intently at Uraha with eyes that could not see. You are able to hear her voice as well? On hearing that, Uraha kneeled in a seiza. Chitoku-sama, I have a request. She planted her forehead to the floor. Please, teach me the ways of Hojutsu. You have a strong foundation, but if I had any power that was worth using, I would use all of it to save Lady Kanna-sama. Please listen to my plea. It was an earnest request from the bottom of her heart. Uraha had no intention of backing out, no matter what. After a long silence, Master Chitoku finally spoke. Perhaps you are the one. Very well. I shall teach you. After that, we began living in the temple. Although we were offered the priest's quarters, we refused and went to live in the cave. In this place, we feel closer to Kanna. It filled us with a strange sense of peace. Uraha trained day and night. Although some helped with the word Hojutsu, there were various kinds. The ability to read minds, the ability to cast illusions, the ability to move things without touching them, the ability to heal sickness just by touching people, the ability to make one forget what he saw or heard. It was said that Hojutsu was able to even summon souls of the dead. According to the monks, Uraha was a talent that only appeared once every 100 years. Uraha learned all that Master Chitoku taught her. Even so, Uraha did not become conceited. She wore male's clothes and often helped menial labor. The monks took to calling her Mother Uraha. For me, I spent days in the cave. Even moving my body caused me immense pain. That was because of the wound I received in Mount Koya, but I did not regret anything. However, to idle my time away felt even worse than death. I asked the itinerant monks to gather all documents of folklore regarding the winged beings. I read every document to piece the information together. That was my all-out struggle against those who sought to erase our existence. In time, the second summer came around. Uraha set up an altar with a fire in the center of the stony room. There was no one around except Uraha and me. Let us begin! Uraha began to chant. Her characteristic high-pitched voice bounced off the stone walls. It was the soul-summoning spell. It would allow her to attract other souls of her own. All that Uraha learned in these past 2 years were for her to master the spell. Uraha's temple was wet with beads of sweat. She was taking the fragments of wandering souls into her. There was a danger of her getting possessed if she lost focus even for a second. Her moans became louder. No! Uraha! No! She screamed so loudly it seemed as though her soul was being torn apart. The fire on the altar died out. Uraha! Uraha, are you alright? He fumbled to hold her up in the darkness. She was sweating profusely. Uraha stirred and let out a small moan. She seemed to be back to normal. Uraha! Sir Ryuuya, Uraha then lost consciousness. Are you awake? A few hours had passed. Uraha opened her eyes, her face as pale as a sheet even in the darkness. I wiped the sweat off her forehead with a piece of cloth. Sir Ryuuya! But that is all the time that I have for this episode, guys. So if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe. By subscribing, you're becoming part of a legacy. By the way, this is the first video that I have, or that I'm recording with my brand new laptop. So let me know down below how much better it sounds and looks and all this other kind of stuff. So yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!